Everyone's heard how bad audit busy season can be, but is it really that bad? I'm currently in the middle of my busy season, so I can tell you exactly what it's like so you can know if it's as bad as you think or even worse. You can probably get a sense of how my busy season is going based on how sleep deprived I look and how unshaven I am right now, but I'll talk about the hours in a second. First, I want to start with my client. My client is a large accelerated filer, which basically just means they're a really big public company. And there are pros and cons to this. First, I will start with the cons. It's a big company, so it's just a big audit. And like I said, they're public, so there's a real deadline that we have to hit, which means hours doesn't really matter how many you put in, you just have to make sure you get the job done. So sometimes the hours can definitely add up. And with a public company, there's just usually more stress because it's usually a really important client and just you want to make sure things go well, and there's always the risk that you get inspected by the PCAOB, so you really got to be on the top of your game. Okay, now for the pros, because there are definitely a lot of pros on being on such a large client. First of all, you're going to learn some really awesome things. You're going to get great experience working on such a huge client, that's just a given. And secondly, when you work on such a large client, if you're at not one of the big fours, this is probably one of your firm's biggest clients, and that's definitely good for you. You're going to get some visibility, directors and partners will start to know your name, and it just looks good on your resume within the firm to, be working on such a large client. So at least I have that going for me right now. So yeah, even though it can be tough working on such a big client, at least there are some pros which hopefully make the hours somewhat worth it. And speaking of the hours, let me get into it. Let me tell you kind of what my week looks like and how much I'm working. So usually, I'll just give you a whole rundown on my day. I'm usually waking up at like 7:30, out the house by 8 a.m., into the office at my desk by 8:30, and then from 8:30, I'm working until I take lunch, obviously, but usually working from 8:30 in the morning to about 10:30 or 11 at night. So it's like a 14-ish hour day with obviously a lunch and dinner break in between. And yes, I am going into the office basically every single day. It's not necessarily required. We're usually required about 3 days a week, but I'm just doing every day just because I want to. So that's my schedule Monday through Thursday. Friday, it's usually finish around 6 or 7, which is nice. You get to have a Friday evening. But then Saturday, it's working 9 to 5. Or even later sometimes, like 9 to 6 or 7. So it's not really a great weekend, but at least you get Sundays off. So that's nice. So yeah, as you can tell, it's a lot of hours, and I guess this definitely impacts my life because, you're not really able to do anything. Like I wake up every morning, immediately go to work. I come home and I basically shower and go to bed. So that's basically my life for 4 days out of the week. Friday, I get to, kind of hang out, do whatever I want Friday night. Saturday night as well, kind of do whatever I want. And then Sunday is my one free day, which is awesome, but it's the day I kind of have to do everything. I have to take care of all my errands. I have to relax. It's just my one free day. So it's not ideal, but I'm making do with it. And that's really the key to busy season. You just have to make the most of it because it's not ideal to be working these hours, spending this much time at the office. Obviously no one really wants that, but you have two choices: either hate your life and sulk about it, or try to put a positive spin on it and make the most of it. And I'm trying to make the most of it. Focus on, like I said, it's good visibility for me in the firm working on such a big client. I'm learning a lot. This is really going to help me later in my career. I'm developing connections with my teammates. There's just so many positives that you can choose to focus on instead of the negatives. And I know there are so many people out there who are like, oh, that's so horrible. You shouldn't have to do that. These hours are awful. It's not okay, and things like that. And I get that. I agree. The hours suck and probably isn't okay. But you have to remember, it is what it is. I'm not going to be able to change it. You probably won't be able to change it. It is what it is. So either do it and make the most of it, you do it and you sulk about it, or just don't do it at all. But you can't really change how it is, unfortunately. But this is not true for all busy seasons, because there are other people at my firm who are definitely working a lot less than I am because they're working on smaller clients or different clients. So not all busy seasons come in, the same format, same way. So you'll just have to wait and see what yours is like because you never really know until you get onto the client and see how it goes. So that's how my busy season's going, big client, long hours, tough weeks, but I'm making the most of it, putting a positive spin on it, and just trying to stay optimistic about things because being negative is not going to help me and it's not going to help anyone else. So that is my little view into my busy season. I'm definitely going to make a video once it's all over, once I have a bit more time, kind of reflecting back on what I've learned. But I hope this was helpful, give you a better idea of what to expect in your busy season. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in becoming a CPA, check the link below. I have 100 free CPA exam multiple choice questions. Great place to start your studying. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.